All right. Megan Thee Stallion goes off on ex-party Fontaine after he claims he didn't cheat. This is her ex-boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So in a nutshell, Megan Thee Stallion did a song. She broke up with her boyfriend. Nobody knew why she broke up with her boyfriend. They never talked about it. They never came public. They never said anything, right? Mm-hmm. One day she decides she wants to write a record for her album that's coming up or whatever. And she talks about on the record, an ex of hers. She walked in the bedroom and saw him getting fellatio by a woman in their bed. Mm-hmm. And that's why she broke up with him. So everybody said
in their bed.
Mm-hmm. So everybody said she must be talking about her ex-boyfriend. So that's who she's talking about, because she didn't say who it was. She said an ex. That's who you just had an ex. You never told nobody why y'all broke up. Mm-hmm. You broke up abruptly. So everybody started talking about him on social media, dogging him out, mm-hmm. saying, you know, good, dirty, no, nothing. So then he decides that he wants to do because he's a rapper. Oh. So he wants to do a diss track on her. And he comes back and he disses her. And he's pretty much says
he cheated. Why would he diss her?
He disses her. He says that I did not, that wasn't me. In other words, you not saying it's not me. Everybody thinking it's me. Mm-hmm. So he disses her and talks about how she's a liar and how a lot of things he found out, I guess, while they was together, that she lied about. She lied about who she slept with. Number one, we know that because she didn't tell him she slept with Tory, mm-hmm. the one who shot her in the foot, and a couple other rappers or whatever. And he said, it's not that I wouldn't have still been with you or whatever, but you got me smiling at these dudes or whatever, and they slept with you and I don't even know. So he didn't like that, which it makes sense.
Yeah.
So he disses her. So then she comes back, and then he goes on this tour. He has a record coming out, and he's going on Breakfast Club and all these different other talk shows, and people asking him, did you cheat on her? And he's saying no, or whatever. Mm-hmm. But apparently he's saying, I guess she cheated on him or whatever.
Okay.
Which she probably did, because he said she wasn't returning his text, and she was in another country, and she wasn't returning his text. And then after they broke up, she started dating a soccer player from that country.
You know.
So what's the chances that's why she probably was talking to him.
Okay.
So anyway,
made up in her mind she wasn't going to go back.
So she goes, so that's one thing that's going after her. Okay. It's a couple of people going after her this week. Mm-hmm. That's the one story that's going after her. The whole, he's going to tour saying she's no good, she cheated on him and all stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The other thing is the whole Tory Lanez thing is coming back up.
I thought he's been convicted.
He's been convicted.
He's come back to the States.
He already got on an orange jumpsuit. He got all that stuff going on.
Do they wear orange too in their prisons? Because I don't know. He in Canada.
No, he here, I think.
I thought you said he had to get expedited.
After his term, I think he gets expedited. I think he's here though.
Because he did the crime here.
Well, it comes back up again, the story.
Oh, Lord. That same night.
Remember we kept saying, what happened to the driver?
Yeah, weren't there other people other than the driver around?
Just him. Him, her, and her friend.
Okay.
And Tory.
It was 4 of them. Okay.
But everybody, the driver? Remember we kept saying, is the driver ever going to say anything? Uh-huh. Well, he comes out of the woodwork. He decides he wants to talk now. Now that the trial is over and everything is done.
What's wrong with him? Why you want to talk?
Well,
now?
he says why. According to him, Tory didn't shoot Megan.
Was he threatened? Maybe that's why he didn't come out and talk.
According to him, the girlfriend of hers is the one that pulled the gun out, and Tory and her was fighting over the gun, and it went off and shot Megan in the foot.
They were wrestling over the gun, went off, and that's how she got shot.
That's what the driver says. Megan is still saying that's a lie. I saw Tory shoot me. Well, Megan was drunk as a skunk. So who really believes what Megan is saying?
Why is this driver coming out?
But Megan said, why you didn't say nothing? And if that's the truth, why didn't Tory say something?
Yeah, like we was fighting over the gun, and that's how it went off. I was not. What did he? Maybe he said it in the court. You think? And they didn't believe him.
This driver says that apparently he wanted to tell the story, but Tory's defense said Well, first the prosecution said they didn't have time to whatever him. It was during the Christmas break or something like that. And then the second one was he said the defense didn't call him up. He wanted to tell his story, but the defense didn't call him up.
That don't make sense.
So Tory is saying he wants to have a retrial because he had a horrible defense. He's appealing.
We're all sitting here. We don't have to have we don't have to be lawyers to go. We ask the question. 4 of them are on the scene. All 4 of them should have been on that stand.
Thank you.
Questioned.
And that's what she said. She said, I said when I got on the stand, Tory shot me. If Tory didn't shoot me, he should have got on the stand and say, I didn't shoot you. Your girlfriend shot you.
And the driver should have been on that stand, not in hiding. I'm going to come out now and tell the truth. Dude, no. That case was just messy.
So that's another reason why the defense didn't call him up or whatever, according to them, because they said the prosecution was so messy and the case was so messy. Obviously, he's not going to be found guilty.
And apparently, they were wrong. So I hope he does appeal.
Oh, my goodness. Emerald said something. Did that not come during the trial? No.
It's
all. We know the chat is working. Thanks,
it's common sense. The driver was there. Her friend was there. And she and what's his name? The guy? Tory. Why wouldn't all of them be investigated and then they'd be ready for the courts? Hey, driver, what's your side of the story? I saw Tory and her friend, the friend of Megan, wrestling.
Thank you.
And the gun went off.
Right.
We wouldn't have never heard a verdict. Tory, you're guilty. Boom. How many years in jail? That's just God, that's just messed up.
So she came out on Instagram and this is what she said.
Okay, now I could just be as depressed as I want to be. I want to be sad. I want to cry. I want to tell you everything. I want to tell you my whole life story. And that was my friends at the time too. Everybody around me at that time saw how hard I was going. They saw how sad I was. They saw how much I drank. Nobody in my life at that time was like, Megan, let's not go out tonight. Megan, let's not turn up tonight. Megan, you don't got to do that. Everybody was down with the mother shenanigans. I'll be crying before I walk in the party and will be like, come on, let's go. You know, I'm crying with my... Why you always crying? You know what I'm saying? Like, people saw me be low. Once I went and got help, once I got therapy, once I decided I need to love myself. I need to value myself because I don't love myself. I'm not valuing myself. I'm crashing out. Once I start realizing you're crashing, you need a...
She cussed so much, you got to blink everything she said. But the bottom line is she went on a rant like that, right? Not only she just talked about her friends enabling her, not pulling her to the side and saying, Megan, you drinking too much, or maybe you need to go get help or or something. But she started talking more about this case with the Tory thing and saying that they lying and they coming out now. Did somebody pay you off? Did somebody scare you? Something. Why are you coming out now?
Right.
And then with the her boyfriend thing, she's saying, I wrote the song. If it's not about you, why'd you say something? That means that you obviously think it's about you. So along those lines.
You probably think this song is about you.
So people are pro and con Megan, okay? I never really liked Megan Thee Stallion. I always felt like she was a liar anyway, like what Party is saying. I never trusted her. Even when she went on Gayle King's show and she said she never slept with Tory. Then when she got in court, she said she did. She lied at Gayle. Mm-hmm. You lied when you was on the stand. So she's good at lying and she could do it with a straight face and stuff. Mm-hmm. But the thing that I do agree with her about is he had the opportunity, Tory, to get on the stand and clear his name, and he didn't. You had a lousy defense. If you felt like you didn't shoot me and I was drunk, that's what you should have got on the stand and said.
I mean, if what that driver said, which he could still be lying as well. Right. That driver, if maybe the driver is lying because Tory would have said.
That's what she's saying. And then the other thing she said with the people saying with the Party thing is everybody was saying it was him. You should have came on Instagram or something and said, y'all, it's not about him. since you saw he was being dragged through the mud and through the coil. So he had no choice but to come out and say, it's, you know, to address it himself. She said, why are you addressing it if it's not about you? He said, because everybody was saying it was me. It was affecting my life. Mm-hmm. So he had to come out and say, because that would affect your life. Other women would be like, I don't want you.
If you're involved with that person, anything they say could still be you.
Or other women.
Referencing.
You trying to move on with your life and talk to other women. And they like, aren't you the one that Megan said was doing stuff?
Right.
So, yeah, if I was him, I would come out and say she's lying or whatever. But that's why some people saying they pro and con and negative con with
well,
Megan.
especially if she's being open and honest at that rant, and she's
right. Then why didn't you just say I wasn't him?
I need help. We know you need help. So now everything you've said, we're not 100% sure that you're needing that help at the time you were saying.
You know what I think happened? And again, even though they had the case with Tory, I kind of believe the bodyguard.
You do?
Yeah. Because it wouldn't make sense for him to get out of the car.
But why would Tory not say that?
I know.
That's why I'm saying I don't know if the bodyguard is being real. How we know he's just not trying to protect somebody? It's just always say I was wrestling with the girl.
It always sounds stupid when she said Tory got out the car and started pointing the gun at her and said dance. It always seemed like they always drunk.
Why? Apparently Tory was too. If he don't even remember what he was doing, wouldn't your story be the same as the bodyguard?
Unless he was pulled out the gun, because the bodyguard said he didn't see when the gun went off. He just saw the friend wrestling with it. Unless Tory was doing what Megan said, dance, but he wasn't shooting. And then the girl came and they was wrestling with the gun, like she thought,
put it down.
Yeah, and then it went off. We don't know. They all was drunk.
Yeah, it's hard when you intoxicated.
All I know is I don't feel sorry for him because he had his opportunity to say what happened and he didn't. Plus, I don't like Tory Lanez anyway. So there you go.
Yeah, we still got some issues with this driver coming out later.
But the driver came out later. Okay. So we're going to see if anything happens with that.
I don't like her in that blonde hair either.
I know. She said she's on some movie or something.
Okay.
So, Nikki